This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Atlanta Falcons.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. This will make it into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Ryan. Steps away. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. He is going to find Hill here. And he is going to have a Falcons first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Ryan will throw again. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and
10. To throw again. Ryan. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
To throw is Ryan. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. From the shotgun, Ryan. And this is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 6. At the Falcons' 34-yard line.
Throwing is Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
And now they're going to go for it. This isn't 4th and inches. This is 4th and 14.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Hey, 0, 0, 0. Let him know.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Flushed out right. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Darquez Denard there defensively. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Eluding the pressure right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47.
It's over. Let's dominate.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0.
Jason Myers to kick.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The first carry now. This is Hill. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Now on 2nd and 13. Ryan looking deep for Julio. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Ryan. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
4th down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. This is Carson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Made at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
With the score, Seahawks 7, Falcons 0.
Second and 2. They run it with Carson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson being chased out left. He may try and run for this. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
45 to Mike. 45 to Mike. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. On the flat. All those special.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson, and he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf. And that takes us from second to third down.
Now that's a tough throw because he's moving to his left. He's got to get his shoulders pointed back right to throw it all the way across field to try and connect. Unable to do so.
On third down, Wilson. He can run for it, and he will. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
4-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now first and 10 at their 25-yard line. Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive. Rolling to his left. And got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now a throw here to his running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
It's a gain of 7.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. To throw again is Ryan. He'll buy some time right. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Second and 10 now, Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. It's Calvin Ridley on the receiving end from Matt Ryan. And the Falcons draw a bit closer. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it's a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score.
Sterling
now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson steps away to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Kazin. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
23 yards on the play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Ryan to throw. Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. But following this sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Hayden Hurst in the final seconds of the first half. Now the Falcons are an extra point away from moving out in front.
We've been together a few years, and you know that I really ride the wave of old momentum, don't I?
Yes, you do.
There is a heck of a difference between being down 6 and possibly being up 1. And right now, they've got that opportunity.
No doubt. That is a big-time score and a big-time swing in momentum. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And how about this one out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Well, they were a little too excited to get the football, touched it before it went 10 yards.
And that's so difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes it can just take a bad hop and veer into your lane or into your body. In this case, though, they touched it before 10. Illegal touching is the call.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48.
A gain of a yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
At the 48-yard line.
Here's Wilson, sliding out of the pocket. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
And he's got Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
At the 22-yard line.
On first down, Carson. And they'll get him down right about the 20.
On the carry.
The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
8 yards to go.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Wilson connects with Tyler Lockett, and the Seahawks are going to retake the lead.
This is similar to baseball where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime a defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
It's good, and it's now 21-15.
Makes the score Seahawks 21, Falcons 15. Jason.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down, Atlanta.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Ryan. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
To Todd Gurley. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Seahawks 49-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Again, Ryan. That one complete to Hill. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing again, Ryan. On the move to his left. He's going to take off with it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
The keeper. He's brought down at the 31. 8 yards on the pickup.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan, a slant to Jones. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 14.
First down.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. Flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown.
Touchdown.
Julio Jones. There to make the grab. And the Falcons are an extra point away from moving out in front. And with that, his guys take the lead here by a point.
Makes the score Falcons 22, Seahawks 21.
Now following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10. at their own 20.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. $13 remaining on second down.
45 to Mike. Touch 50, touch 50. Go.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
On the carry.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On third down, Wilson eluding the pressure right. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up fourth. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Rush in. 54's Mike.
The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson dancing to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Now a first down carry. It's Hill. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the four fingers. Fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the four fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. That's complete to Smith. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it with Hill. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. A first down carry for Smith. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over. They
go back to the ground with Smith. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Smith trying to run for it, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
And we know they won't get their names in the stat sheet, but the offensive line has to get all the credit for that touchdown run. Tremendous job of blocking, paving the way for the 6 points.
21.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
And 6.
46.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. Now Wilson. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. So 1st and 10 now from the 30-yard line. Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
And 1.
Throwing now is Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Buying time to his left. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be 1 kneel and then handshakes. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll run it again with Smith.
the 20-yard
And a short pickup here as he'll get up to about the 22-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Seattle, so long, everybody.